Difficult, in the land of television right now, because literally you're either cancelled, you say the wrong thing, or indeed your audience simply dwindles. This is the problem for the major networks like ABC, NBC, CBS, and over here, the BBC. It's difficult because we're all now used, all thanks to the pandemic, dare I say, to finding our own entertainment, or quite simply, a lot of the channels are not putting on the entertainment that we require. But now, as ever, there's a bigger problem looming for a one-time luminary of the chat show circuit. That's right, Jimmy Fallon. And quite literally, can he riddle out of this mess? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to have your company. We'll have a wave today. You're right, yes. Jimmy Fallon. Now, I've met him actually many years ago. Of course, it's all of the big sort of late night chat show things, isn't it? And I don't know about you, but I think the golden days of those chat shows are certainly gone. The Dick Caverts, the Johnny Carsons, way back there were so many more that did it so much better. But then some people might suggest that there were also better guests to interview. It becomes very difficult 5 nights a week to find A-list stars that will entertain people late at night. It's a tough job. I do remember my late friend Joan Rivers basically saying how tough it was when she deputised for Johnny Carson, because he put a ban on all the great guests coming on the stints that she was on, even though they were supposedly friends. That's how ruthless it is. But now Jimmy Fallon could fall foul of the same way what's happened to Ellen DeGeneres. She was, of course, deemed an ultimate bully on her own chat show while having the mantra, be kind. She was the one, of course, that invited the former royal, known as the Duchess of Sussex, onto her show to, well, do that skit. We don't need to go into that, do we? What a mess that was. Maybe it was the ultimate downfall in the end. Who knows? But now Jimmy Fallon is literally fighting for his career. And this is because, as I say, staffers have accused him of bullying. There's two sides to these stories, and I'd love to know what you think to this. You see, you could say that we've become a rather soft society. I remember back in the day, I'm sure you do out there, being shouted at for getting things wrong, made to look something of a fool, but it shaped you up, didn't it? Gave you some backbone, and you didn't think, I'll do that again, or indeed, you were just more respectful of the people that were in charge. Nowadays, you do have the opposite side, where if you shout at someone, seemingly, of course, you're a bad person, or indeed, you're playing with their mental health. So you seriously can't win. It's all back to the woke culture again, isn't it? But for now, Jimmy Fallon, whose channel, whose backbone sort of, shall we say, broadcasting network, will normally take the side of the wokery. It's going to be interesting because while he may be back and while he may be gearing up for those attacks on the president, or ex-President Trump, I might point out, once again, it makes it very difficult and almost untenable to make cracks like that when these sort of stories are in the public domain. What you'll find is this: if he does come back, he'll have to make a huge grovelling apology, no doubt blame his own mental health and the stress of running such a late night show. But at the beginning, is this now truly the end for Jimmy Fallon? Do you still watch? Do you care? Or have you moved away from all that late night chat show? And do you find your entertainment elsewhere? I know I do. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.